Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? It is currently Monday morning at 9:27 a.m. on this very cold and snowy morning. We got some snow overnight. It is currently 23 degrees outside. I was in bed and going to sleep at about 1 o'clock last night. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. Well, I couldn't really decide, honestly. I was getting into bed to lay down for like 15 minutes and Alex started laughing and he said, if you lay down, you're gonna sleep through half the night. And I said, I know, but I said, I'm so tired. And he goes, babe, why don't you just go to bed now and then vlog in the morning? And I said, because I like to vlog at night better. And he said, okay, because well, you do what you want to do. And so I was laying there for a second and I said, all right, I'm going to go downstairs, I'm going to take my medicine, and I'm going to go to bed now. So I did. I went to bed, because we watched RuPaul's Drag Race last night. We got done at like 1:45, so we were like in bed by 1. And I got cozy with my husband and the dogs, and I got a good night's sleep. And it is, well, now 9:28. It was just, what, 9:27. So I slept till about 9. So we got like 8 hours of sleep. And I made a cup of coffee. And I am wide awake and fully rested now. I woke up a couple times during the night. I had really bizarre dreams last night. Like really, really bizarre dreams. And one dream that I had was super scary. I was driving down the road and I like pulled off to get gas, and I was at this gas station. Like it was like there was just this gas station on the side of the road that was like this truck stop gas station, kind of. There was like a truck stop behind it. Well, not a truck stop, but it was like where semis were parking and stuff. But there was this small little gas station that was almost kind of like a bait and tackle shop. Do you guys know what I mean? Like real small like that. And there was like 3 gas pumps out in front. And I like parked to get gas. And then I went in and I was talking to the guy that was working at this place. And he was like, something about, you just do self-checkout. I think this is because I went to the gas station the other night and they like, you just do self-checkout. I got like an orange juice and they were like, you just do self-checkout. I'm like, at the gas station? So we don't just have self-checkout now at the grocery store, but we also have it at the gas station, which I don't know why that kind of like threw me a little bit, but I wasn't ready for that. So anyway, it was like this, but it was like weird. It was like I was reaching over the counter and getting in this dream, and I was getting this fountain pop, and then there was no ice. They had the cups, but they didn't have any way to like get the fountain pop, and so I didn't know how to do it, and so I just left. And then when I got back in my car, I was like sitting in my car getting ready to leave, and the whole parking lot was like pitch black. And I was getting ready to get back on the interstate, and I could hear somebody like behind me, like scratching and moving. And I was like, somebody's in my car. And I thought it was like in the very back. So this guy like pulled in and was getting ready to walk inside. And so at one point I had like driven down this other street too, and I got kind of like turned around and lost. And it was like out in the country in the middle of nowhere. And so anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know what to do. There was like somebody in my car. And so then this guy pulled in and walked in. And so I like got out of my car and he was walking in. I was like, hey. And I like went into the gas station again, and I was like, why does this keep on falling down? I need a new beanbag so bad. I'm gonna have to get online and do that today. But so I walked in there and I was like, somebody's in my car, can you help me? And so he was like, yeah, sure, just give me a minute. And he was talking to the guy, there was like a new guy that was working at the gas station. And this was all like really late at night, and it was like everything was like dark and scary. So he came out to help me with this car. And he was like, "You think there's somebody in your car?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think there's somebody in there." And he goes, "Okay, let's do this." And so he started looking in the car, and there was like nobody in there. And I'm like, "I swear I heard somebody in my car." And he's like, "Well, I can't see anybody in your car." So he left, and I got in my car again to leave. And as I was leaving, I like heard somebody being like really loud in the back of the car. And I was like, "What is going on? Is this like all like this town is like trying to kill me or something?" And then I woke up. That was one of the weird dreams that I had. That was just like one of like 4. I woke up like 4 times in the middle of the night. So that was my sleep, but I did get a good night's sleep, and I feel fully rested today, which is good because I have a lot of things that I want to do. I have a bunch of videos that I want to make, and I need to dedicate a second to trying to fix this thing. And I have a hair appointment, which I think is at 3 o'clock. I have to call and find out what exact time it is. And then I'm assuming I'm having my literature group tonight. One of our members is actually out of town, but I think we'll probably have it just with 4 of us anyway, because we didn't have it last week. So yeah, so I have my literature group tonight at 8 o'clock. So, see how the day goes. It should go well. Excited. I'm gonna vlog for about an hour, and then I'm gonna get off of here, and I'm gonna do my crumble cookie review. I don't know what is going on with this beanbag. Maybe I put the camera in back. There's not really any like forwards or backwards to it, but there is like a way that sometimes it sits better. There, maybe that's better. I'm gonna do my crumble cookie review after I get done vlogging. And then I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna do my Peterisms video. And then I'm going to, this is my plan. I'm gonna do a Peterisms video. That way I kind of like start my day doing like the meditations and stuff. Even though this is starting my day, but you know what I mean when I get home. And I'm gonna light a bunch of candles before that, and then do my meditations and stuff. And then do the Peterisms video. And then I think I'm gonna do a booktube video. And then, I'm planning to do 2 drama videos today. I was gonna do just like a pop culture one, maybe. I need to kind of look through and see what stories and things are going on. And if not, then I've got a couple other things to talk about. So, but I'm thinking about doing 2 videos, 2 drama videos today. We'll see. And then I had an idea for a Peter Does Stuff video, and now I don't remember what it was. To look and see. I screenshot a couple things that I wanted to possibly do, so. A couple ideas. Denny's is busy this morning, my lord. A lot of cars there, probably about 20 cars at the Denny's. I woke up and looked outside, and it was like snow all over. I mean, it's not as much here as there was around our house. There was snow like in the streets and in the yard and stuff. I mean, not tons, but like, you know, less than an inch, but it was still pretty to wake up to. They've got the outside furniture at Krispy Kreme, so I wonder if that means Krispy Kreme is going to be opening this week. I'll be doing a Krispy Kreme. There, see, like the camera is like perfect now. I just wish it would stay there. So, maybe the Krispy Kreme is opening this week, and I'll be doing a Krispy Kreme review. Can only hope. Can I just tell you that my lips have been so chapped this weekend. I was telling Alex about this weekend. He was like, or was it yesterday that I told him? He said, my lips have been so chapped. And he goes, well, it is winter. And I said, I know, but I use so much like lip balm and stuff, lip gloss, that my lips don't usually get that chapped anymore. When I was a little kid, and I know I've told this story on here before, but I used to get horribly, horribly chapped lips. To the point that like my lips would be red, like all the way around. Like not just my lips, but like all around the top of my lips. I mean, they would get like, it was bad. They would get like crusty sometimes. Like it was painful. Really, really painful. And kids would make fun of me at school because they were so red that it looked like I had lipstick on. And so, you know, being this effeminate kid that looked like I had lipstick on really was working to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? But you know those little jars of Vaseline? My dad got me one of those little jars of Vaseline, and he somehow like got the school nurse to let me carry it around with me. And I remember like the kids were all like jealous of me that I was able to carry this. I don't know why. I mean, who cares about a jar of Vaseline? But I think it's funny in retrospect that I had this jar of Vaseline that I could carry around with me and use whenever I wanted it for my lips. Two things I loved as a kid. Well, lots of things that I loved. But I loved that Vaseline. And I also loved cough drops. I loved like those Luden's cough drops. And I also loved those Hall's cherry cough drops. And my dad would go on this. He did this, I talked about this before too, but he did this medical trip every year in Chicago around, it was like the third week of December. It was right before Christmas. And it was the second or third week in December. And so he would be up there from like a Wednesday to a Sunday. And then I would fly up there. His nurse would pick me up from school. Like I would miss Friday of school, I think. And I would fly up there on Thursday after school. And then my dad would pick me up at the airport. And then I would be there Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. And we'd come back on Sunday. We did that for several years. Like we did that from like probably, I don't even know how many years we did that. And I can remember I had this like trench coat that I would wear, this like lined trench coat. And but when I went to the airport to get on the plane, I would always get those Hall's cough drops. I must have been like sick one year, and so I got them. But I can remember I would like buy a magazine, buy some magazine, probably like Vogue or something, because I thought I was fancy fashionista. I'd buy like a Vogue magazine and like these cherry Halls and get on this plane to Chicago. I think about that in like retrospect. It's so funny, like that I was like not this fearful kid, like of things like that, you know, that I maybe should have been scared about. I don't know, like that kind of stuff. Like always, I got excited about, you know, getting on like a plane by myself and whatever. And I can remember, well, then later when my dad and my stepmom started dating, I don't know how old they were. I don't know how old I was when they started dating. They got married when I was 12. So I think they started dating when I was about 10. So we would go out to dinner. There was a couple different favorite restaurants that my dad had in Chicago that we would go to. And then later, like when I was in like, we went and did this like trip, like all through, I think I went like, maybe my first year or two in high school, maybe all the way through. I don't remember. But I remember there was this Italian restaurant that my dad liked called Bice, which was spelled B-I-C-E. And then we would go see like a play. And like, so we would go out to dinner and then like go see a play on Saturday night. And I always got to like pick the play that we were going to go see. And for years I picked this play called Sheer Madness. And it was like this audience participation, like mystery. And it was about this murder that took place in like this hair salon that was called Sheer Madness. And like sheer, you know, like shears. And but we would like walk down Michigan Avenue late at night and look in all the windows, and you know, because my dad had meetings during the day. So one year I like surprised my stepmom with tickets to go on. I like went to the concierge at the hotel and asked to see if they could get tickets for us to go on Oprah, because my stepmom and I both loved Oprah. And so I surprised her with tickets to be in the audience at Oprah, and we did that. That was, I think there was a certain point when Oprah didn't have like kids on the show anymore, but I would have been like 14 or 15 at that point, I think. And that was really fun. I got to meet Oprah in person. Like when you walked out, you got to like shake her hand, and that was really cool. And what else did we do? I remember one year we went to the Goodman Theater, but I don't remember. It's like a big theater in Chicago, but I don't remember what we saw. I remember one time we saw the Miss Firecracker contest because I loved that movie, and some theater there was doing it. I can remember my dad would literally just hand me the Chicago magazine, and he would be like, just pick out a play that you want to go see. And so I was thinking about this yesterday because I was like looking up something online. I was looking at something on YouTube about some musical, Anything Goes, and I never was a huge fan. I wouldn't say that I disliked it. I mean, there were a few musicals that I've liked. I've talked about this a lot, where I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't get that gene, I guess. My mom loved musicals, but I wasn't a real musical theater type of kid, which I think is interesting in retrospect, you know, that like, that's kind of like the stereotype that like gay kids, you know, love musical theater. I didn't really like musical theater, but I loved anything super dramatic. Like any kind of like, I liked theater. I just didn't like I didn't love musical theater, like singing and dancing and all that kind of stuff. Like I wanted to go see like a play. What's so funny about that is we have this like place here in Indianapolis called Beef and Boards, and it's like musical theater. They have like, you know, different musicals that they'll do, and they have like dinner, and like you can go on a Sunday for lunch, and they have like, you know, like a smorgasbord of food and stuff. When I was little, my aunt would take me to go see, was it my aunt or my grandma took us to go see Annie. My grandma knew like a lot of the actors that were in it. They like lived upstairs from her in this apartment, and she would go see all these adult shows like Hello Dolly and Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and I would be like, Grandma, can I go? And she'd be like, oh, this isn't a show for Peter. So I wouldn't get to go with her. This is the bad battery because it's already at the halfway mark. I need to just, when I get home, throw this battery out, or not throw it out, but put it in my thing to like take to Best Buy, because I think you can like recycle batteries at Best Buy. And I need to put one of the brand new batteries in the charger, because this battery has had it. I need to remember that. But anyway, I got something in the mail the other day, and it was like a coupon book. And do you guys remember back in the day when coupons were called coupons? When did that change, and who changed that, and why did we change that? I have questions. I need to know, why was it changed from coupon to coupon? But anyway, I mean, seriously, if you're my age, you'll remember that it used to be called that. But anyway, we got this like coupon book, and on the coupon book and on the back of it, it says, it had this ad for Beef and Boards, and it was kinky boots. And I've never seen Kinky Boots, and I've kind of wanted to see Kinky Boots, and Alex will go see anything. Like, I mean, if I said, let's do this or let's do that, I mean, every time we do that kind of stuff, we have fun. So I was gonna, like, talk to him about it, but then I was just kind of like, I don't know that I care that much. I mean, if I see it, I don't know that I necessarily want to see it, like, you know. I think that was my neighbor, his dog at the bark park. I don't know that I want to, if I want to see Kinky Boots, I don't know that I necessarily want to see it at the community theater. I don't know why it would matter, but, because there's been some community theater that I've gone to and I've just absolutely loved, thought was real adorable. Anytime I go to community theater, it reminds me of the movie Waiting for Guffman. Did you guys ever see that movie? I talked to my sponsor forever yesterday, and she was telling me that she got a new dog. She had 2 dogs, and then she got a 3rd dog that she thought this dog was going to stay, like, little, and it's like an Alaskan something. It's gray and white, and has perky ears and blue eyes. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Tanya always, like, well, obviously Tanya knows dogs, number 1, but number 2, she's Tanya's sponsor too, so Tanya always knows what kind of dog it is. It's maybe an Alaskan Shepherd, I don't know. So anyway, but she thought this dog was going to stay really small, and it's actually, like, getting big. And she's so funny when she talks about it. But she's like, I've been taking him to the bark. Her other 2 dogs, like, they just are little dogs, you know. And they're super cute. And her other 2 dogs look like, I mean, I'm not even lying, like Jacqueline Hill's dogs. Like, almost identical to them. And so she was like, yeah, I've been going to the bark park a lot and taking him to the bark park. He just runs and runs and runs, and then he comes home and he's so tired from being at the bark park all day long. She's like, but I love the dog park. I love taking him there. And so she's been doing that lately. Oh, man. Yeah, we got, yesterday, well, I got Taco Bell, but then I didn't end up eating, like, even half of it. So I asked Alex when I went there, I was like, do you want anything from Taco Bell? And he was like, no. He was like, I already ate the leftover pizza from the bowling alley on Saturday. He acted like I was, like, this disgusting person for getting Taco Bell. Does your partner ever do that? Like, when you're like, are you getting Taco Bell? No. Like, I don't want to. And usually he will get something from there, you know. Look at that cute little birdhouse over there. They have this birdhouse that, like, matches the apartment. It's so cute. But anyway, so I got 2 of these Fiesta burritos that they have there now that are vegetarian. And I got nachos Bel Grande, but I didn't get, like, any beef in it or anything. I just got, like, beans. And then I had them replace, well, I didn't have them. I said, replace the beef with beans, and they didn't put refried beans in there. They put black beans instead. And can I just tell you, it was, like, 100 times better. But I said, since I'm not getting any beef, can you put, like, extra cheese and sour cream? And so it was, like, this huge nachos Bel Grande, and I only ate half of them, so I gave the rest of them to Alex, and then I gave him the well, I was going to call it a Jupiter burrito. Why? I don't know. I gave him the rest of that Fiesta burrito. I was like, do you want the rest of this? He was like, yeah, I'll try it. And he hated it. But anyway, but he did eat the rest of the nachos. So we watched RuPaul's Drag Race last night. We're, like, both not really wowed by anybody that's on it this season. There's just, like, not anybody that, well, I like the Angie, I don't know what her name is, her whole name, Angie, she's like a pageant queen. I like her. There's a couple that I think are good, but I think they all seem kind of green and amateurish to me. Like, you know, like in the past, they've had these queens that were, like, already had, like, a kind of prominent standing. I don't know, it's interesting to me after watching, like, the UK RuPaul's Drag Race, when you have Crystal Versace, who at like 19 years old comes on there to win, and literally from look one all the way through is like unbelievable, right? At 19 years old. And then you have these queens on RuPaul's Drag Race United States where they're getting a cash prize, and in the UK you don't get a cash prize. Lawrence Chaney, another example. I mean, there was some of those UK queens were fantastic. Some of the Canada queens are fantastic, but a lot of the Canadian queens, a lot of the Canadian queens seem very amateurish to me too. But this season of RuPaul's Drag Race, the US version, is very amateurish to me, and there just seem like a lot of queens that it doesn't feel like they fully know who they are yet or whatnot. I mean, I'm enjoying watching it, and they're all very nice. Well, mostly they're pretty nice. But I just, as far as like they did these fashion balls last night. Like they split it up into 2 different fashion balls. And as far as being just like blown away by like the fashion, I just wasn't, like, at all, you know? And there's usually at least like one queen that is just like came to win. And I feel like this one queen, I don't know her name, it's Angelina, I don't know, but they call her Angie anyway. And she's from the South, and she's a pageant queen, and she's gorgeous, and her drag is like immaculate and very clean, and I think she'll be hilarious in some of like the acting competitions. But it's like, she is so far, and I mean, unless these people start changing throughout the season, she is so far at the front that it's like she doesn't really have a lot of competition. There's another one called Willow Pill that I like, but I don't think she's on her level at all, and she's really more conceptual, from like a conceptual artist. I don't know, it's interesting to me. And then they're all complaining because they were safe, and like they felt like they should have been in the top. And I'm like, I wish you guys could see yourselves from our point of view. Like, none of you deserve to be in the top as far as I'm concerned. I don't know, I like, there are so many fantastic drag queens that are out there that I feel like they're really kind of at this point going for the story instead of the level of drag. It's like they're going for the story of the person, you know? It's like interesting to me because they have Carrie Colby on there, who's gorgeous, who's trans, and her drag mother is Sasha Colby, who I absolutely adore, who won Miss Continental years ago. It's from Hawaii and lives in Los Angeles and works in WeHo and stuff like that. Well, if you follow Sasha Colby at all, what you know is that Sasha Colby is like really good friends with Sonique, who won RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, okay? In fact, Carrie Colby to me like sounds a little bit like Sonique. Like they kind of even like have some of the kind of same, like, they say words the same way and stuff like that. But all of these people on the show are like obsessed with her because her mother is Sasha Colby. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just have Sasha Colby on the show? Like, if you were gonna, like, if you're gonna pay, it was like when they had Roxy Andrews on, and Erica Andrews was her mother, you know? And Erica Andrews' mother was Tandy Andrews. I mean, if you know all the drag pageant stuff, it's like all that. And who are like, I mean, these are legends within the drag community. It's like, why would you not have, do those people never audition? Do you not, I mean, I know RuPaul reaches out to certain people. Do you not reach out to some of these people? I mean, Brooklyn Heights was a Miss Continental. There's a lot of Miss Continentals. Well, you know, what's interesting is on that show, what's it called? Goddess of the Universe or whatever. It's the one where they sing and they're in drag. Aria B. Castadine, she was, I don't know if she ever won a Miss Continental, but she, like, I don't think she did, but she competed year after year after year in Continental. So it's just interesting to me stopped. I like this Carrie Colby. I think she's gorgeous and she's interesting and all that kind of stuff. And I like her storyline of what she's sharing. But, like, she literally came out, I mean, and she was safe. She came out in a bolt of fabric. You had to make your own wedding gown. That she had feathers underneath here. And she had, like, this fabric off of her head. I mean, it literally looked like a kid playing dress up. And with just, like, some fabric they found in their grandma's, like, sewing room. I mean, that's literally what it looked like. And she was safe. And I'm like, any other RuPaul's Drag Race, you would have been in the bottom 2 and you would have been lucky that you were there. I mean, I could not believe that they did not. And she was like, yeah, I mean, like, it's not like we're getting any critiques because we're not in the top or the bottom. That's what frustrates me. I'm like, critiques? What do you want critiques on? That bolt of fabric that you literally wrapped around your body and called it a wedding dress? I mean, you're on RuPaul's Drag Race. And I think the really sad thing to me is that they're at a point now where it's like, they just want to get on the show because of the career that they're going to have afterwards. Like, that's really how I feel about it, you know? When back in the day, it was like really a competition show. I don't know, I'm just like, I get so excited for it, and then I'm just kind of like, I mean, I sat there and watched all of these fashions last night come out, and I was like, each of them, I was like, eh. I mean, there were a couple of them that I was like, well, this was the thing, like, the first 2, they had 3 outfits per ball, and like they were separated into 2 different groups. Each outfit, or each ball had 3 outfits. Only the last one did they have to make. So their first 2 outfits, which were like evening wear and resort wear, which they totally missed the mark on that. I'm like, how do you not know, like if you follow fashion at all, I mean, you know the difference between resort wear and evening wear, right? Like, there's a huge difference between it. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, even the 2 outfits that they could bring with them weren't even that great. Like, even that, they weren't even that put together. And I was like, this is just so subpar. And I really thought watching it last night, I thought RuPaul was going to let him have it. I thought she was going to go off. She didn't. She was like, she sang a lot of people's praises. I was really surprised. I don't know. Maybe it's too early in the show and she's trying to be supportive or something like that. I just was like, I feel like if you have the opportunity to make 14 people superstars, that they're going to be on tour around the world and all this kind of stuff for the next couple years, pick people that actually are invested in doing the work. You know, there's a lot of people out there that would love that opportunity, and there seems to be laziness in the show to me. It just doesn't seem like up to the same level that it was in the past, and that's just my opinion, but it's my opinion. So we did that. Yesterday we got up and we went to brunch. We had the same thing we always do, but you know what they had? What kind of coffee they had yesterday? Coconut cream. I told Alex that's Sarah's favorite from there is coconut cream. We got coconut, or I had coconut cream. He just had regular coffee, and then I had a small orange juice, and then I had the omelet you can't refuse without bacon, and so it comes with white cheddar. I say the same thing every week. It comes with white cheddar, sour cream, potatoes, and then I add horseradish and herb cream cheese. And then I did not get potatoes this time. I got fresh fruit. And it was like strawberries, grapes, pineapple. And then I got, what else did I get? I got a bagel. An everything bagel toasted with cream cheese. It was delicious. And Alex got a Cuban breakfast, and he got a bowl of chili with cheese. And lots of croutons. And he had coffee, and we had water. And then we went home, and he took the dogs out and fed them. And I talked to like a friend for like an hour on the phone. And then I talked to my sponsor for like almost an hour on the phone. And then I laid down and I took a magnificent nap. It was so wonderful. And I was so cozy yesterday. Oh, you know what happened was 2 nights ago, was it 2 nights ago? Yeah. Saturday night. Was that the last time that I vlogged? Well, I came home and I sat down and I ate some, I'm like, I haven't vlogged since before then. Cheese pizza, but I also got some chips and cheese and a candy bar. Oh, not good. From the gas station, and orange juice. To watch last episode of that documentary that my friend Tanya told me to watch, and our other friend did too. And I sat down and I was like, I can't do it tonight. I cannot do this horribly depressing documentary. I can't do it, and I'm not going to do it. So I watched Cheer. I'd already watched 1 episode of the new season of Cheer, and I watched the second and half of the 3rd episode. Are you guys watching it? Oh, that Maddie Broom, is she not such an inspiration? Now, I have only watched it through the 3rd episode, so I don't know what happened, but she just seems like, her story seems like such an inspiration. I really like her. So I'm watching Cheer, and then Mel was telling me some show that was on Hulu last night. She was like, you need to watch a show on Hulu. It's really good. It's a sitcom. I guess there's only 3 episodes out, and it's called, like, Something Drunk Girl. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Mel said it's really good. And they weave, like, this recovery piece through there. So, I'm going to watch that. Look at this Audi SUV. I used to not like Audis, but I really like that. That's beautiful. What is that? An Audi 609 or something? And it's like gunmetal gray. I would drive that car. Florida license plates. They're cheaters. I'm ready to get my hair cut today. Although I think I'm only going to get it trimmed a little bit because I think I want to grow it out a little bit for summer. Weekend felt like it went fast, but it also felt like it went long a little bit. I mean, I don't always just around the house anyway, so it's not like I've got so much stuff going on, you know, that. Oh my God, Recovery Centers of America. I didn't know that that's where it was. It's in an old hotel. This is like this organization that looks over like recovery and treatment centers. And I think it was started in Indianapolis, but I might be wrong. But I didn't know where it was. But it's like in this old like Embassy Suites or something like that, or whatever this hotel used to be. It's funny, like the things that I see, like at night versus the things that I see during the day. The battery is dying, so I'm gonna have to pull over. Change this battery. But it's interesting the things that I see at night versus the things that I see during the day, like when I'm driving around, you know. Because like I can see like the shop names, and during the day I don't see those things. You know what I actually should do is I should pull in here, change my battery, and go back the other way, because by the time that I get to Crumble Cookies, because I still want to be able to film and I don't want to run out of my battery, I'll be back closer over to Crumble Cookies of the World. 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 Are you ready for Crumble Cookies? They say that they're coming out with new cookies every week, but that's not the truth, because this week they have not one new cookie on their menu. And I think I reviewed like all of them but one. And I'm like, I can't believe that you don't have You can't come up with one new cookie? One new cookie, you guys? Come on. New cookie. All right. I'm parked in front of the Kroger grocery store, and I'm going to change my battery. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's kind of weird being up this early. Well, not just being up this early, but like when it's like kind of like hazy out like this, and it's like very cloudy and kind of hazy, it actually feels like the afternoon. It feels like early evening. It feels like 4:30 or 5. And so I feel kind of like that's usually the time of day that I'm getting out of the house anyway, so I feel kind of like thrown off a little bit. Do you know what I mean? What's over here? There used to be a coffee shop over here, because I went to it that one time, remember? And it's gone now. That coffee shop that I went to, it's gone. It used to be right there. That's sad. That was where I got David coffee for Christmas. Maybe I'll do a come shopping with me video today for my Peter Does Stuff. I was like looking at Fresh Time, and I was like, I don't think I've ever done that with Fresh Time. And Fresh Time's a cute grocery store, so maybe I'll do that with Fresh Time and go in there and show all of the things. Oh no, there's the coffee place. It was the next strip mall. There it is. Oh, you stole my heart. Oh, my Lord. I thought the coffee place had closed down. What was I going to do, my Lord? I was going to lose my mind. Oh, gosh. You know, I never wear my glasses, like, not my reading glasses. I wear my reading glasses all the time. I can't live without them. I mean, literally, can't live without them. But like my glasses that I got, and my last pair I got at Warby Parker, I really like them. In fact, the last time I went to the casino, there was this guy that goes there. Do you ever like work up this whole story in your head about somebody when you know nothing about them? So whenever I go to the casino, there's this guy that's there that I see, and sometimes he's alone, and sometimes he's with like these two women, and he is very handsome. Probably late 30s, early 40s, brown hair, and he wears these clear Warby Parker glasses. I think they're the same ones that I have. He even has like little Birkenstock clogs like mine and stuff. But, like, I think he's a nurse. I don't know why I think he's a nurse, but I think he's a nurse. But anyway, I just see him come in and leave and whatever. But he has the same glasses as me. And the other day, when I was there, I don't even know when it was, a week ago or something, the last time that I went to the casino, he was there and I saw him. Like, I was, like past him real close. And he has glasses on, and I was like, I think we have the same glasses from Warby Parker. I mean, a lot of people get their glasses from Warby Parker, you know? I was like, I think I do. My husband has like 3 pairs of glasses, and he rotates them out. When I was a little kid, I would act like I was a stenographer in court. I always wanted to be a stenographer in court. I love that sound. I don't know why. It always, like, it cracks me up, like, when I'll go to the BMV or somewhere, and, well, actually, in medical records where I used to work, there was this woman that worked there, and she had these really, really long nails. She would get so tickled, because I love when people, like, get really cool stuff done with their nails or whatever. I love that, and I always notice people's nails. I'm like, you just got your nails done and whatever. And it was so funny because it was like 6 months ago or something. I got a comment on my drama video, And Alex was asking what that car was the other day. He said, what is that? What do you think that is? I think that might be my next car. Is the new Broncos that are made to look old school. Have you guys seen them? Oh my God. And they're like soft tops you can take down. I love them. I think that might be my next car. So anyway, I don't know how much they are, but they're cute. They look like 70s, like late 70s Broncos. So this woman commented on my video, and she was like, you used to come through my McDonald's or somewhere, wherever she worked, and she was like, you would always comment on my nails, and so I made sure that my nails always looked nice. I was like, oh my God. But anyway, there was this woman that I used to work with, and she worked in medical records. I mean, she could type like nobody's business. I would walk in there, she'd be like, and she had super long nails, and I'd be like, how do you type with those? And she'd get so tickled. She'd be like, oh my God. She's like, you just learn how to type. I loved to type. So I took typing in 9th grade. I think it was like the only A I got. And I took it 2 semesters, and I was so good in typing. I could do those typing tests like nobody's business. My mom back in the day, I mean, long before I ever knew anything about my grandma, right, going to prison, my mom would say, you need to take typing, and you need to know, like, do all that stuff, because look at this Porsche Cayenne. Look at this color of this car. I could drive this color of this car. Not. Look at this color of this car. Do you see it? It's like this teal blue. Like, I don't know what I think about that. But anyway, my mom would say, you need to, learn all that stuff in case something happens and you don't get into college or whatever, because then you could fall back and be a bookkeeper. That was also when I thought I was going to be a professional tennis player. And so she would say, you could fall back and be a bookkeeper like grandma. Like, she's a bookkeeper. Okay. She was doing a lot more than bookkeeping. She was keeping the books, but I don't know how well she, Anyway. Stealing a little here or there, obviously. So when I took typing, I just was like naturally really good at it, and was very proud of it and loved it. And I remember, so there was this girl that I went to school with, and she ended up being in a couple movies. She ended up going to boarding school, I think, with Winona. I think this is how it happened. I don't really know. But she went to, like, boarding school or something because, like, after 9th grade, she left and went to boarding school. And she was in a couple Winona Ryder movies, like Edward Scissorhands and Reality Bites. She had, like, talking parts in the movies. Well, anyway, I went to junior high with her. And she lived, like, close to us. And I played tennis with her as well. And she was like on my tennis league for a while. We had like the same coach. And so she and I sat next to each other in typing. And I remember that while we were like, this was like 9th grade, I like thought she was so cool. She and her other friend, I thought they were so cool. And I can remember, like, we were the fastest typers in class. And when we were like, because you do your test and it's like you have like 3 minutes to do they'll give you something to type and you type it out and then you stop. She was reading the Francis Farber autobiography, which somebody sent me a couple years ago. I can't remember what it's called because I always wanted to read it and I could never find a copy of it. But I can remember she was reading, it was like, you have to remember, this was like 1985, 86, and we're in 9th grade, and this girl had a Rolex watch and a Louis Vuitton purse and was reading this, and she was real different, and reading this Francis Farmer book. And she like went to LA, and when she came back, like all the stories that she like you would hear about her, she was like kind of like this like intrigue mystery kind of thing. But anyway, I remember her. That has nothing to do with my love of typing. I just thought she was cool. I just thought she was this cool girl that I didn't know anything about, right? And so that was, back then. But anyway, she well, that's nothing else about her. I don't know anything else about her, but I took typing like 2 semesters, and I was really good at it. And even like years later, people like when I worked, because we'd like type up treatment plans and stuff, they would be like, how do you type so fast? And I'm like, I don't know, I just do, you know? And I don't even really remember how fast I typed. It's like it was crazy fast. 130 words a minute, something like that. I can't remember. Maybe faster than that. I don't remember. But anyway, I would take those typing tests that you can take online. I love those typing tests. I was like obsessed with them. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, the typing tests? Oh my God, I loved them so much. The only thing about doing a crumble cookie review this early in the morning is I'm not really hungry for cookies at all. Like, you know, so to go in and eat a bunch of crumble cookies this early in the morning is kind of like gag-a-maggot. Like, I'm just not really that hungry for it. I'm not at all. I'm not. I got my car washed this weekend. Well, you already know that. But anyway, and can I just tell you, well, I knew it was going to snow as soon as, I almost said it on that video, that as soon as I got my car washed, I knew it was going to snow, and I wanted snow, but because it was going to snow or rain, because as soon as you get your car washed, that's what happens. But can I just tell you how nice my car looks? Like, I'm so excited about it. I actually need to go and like, there's like, you know, little salt and stuff down here. I need to go vacuum it out, is what I need to do. Yeah, my lips are so chapped. People are driving crazy today. What's the deal? This woman, like, she just, like, as soon as she was going over that metal thing, she just, like, stopped in the middle of the road. And this guy just literally, you want to see what he just did? He literally just, like, swerved over, like, right in the middle. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'm trying to drive. And he just, like, swerved right over, like, in front of me. You think the crazy drivers would be out at night, but they're not. They're out during the day. Okay, let's see why you needed to be in that lane so bad. You're not getting on the interstate, I can see. Oh well, let him be. Let him be. Listen to the world out there. I have to tell you, I always wonder, like in these areas over here, can you see? Like over here, between like all the road area. I mean, nobody goes in there, right? I've like always wondered if people lived in there. But then over here on the other side, I saw like this tent one day. It was like a year ago. And I saw this tent. And I was like, somebody lives up in this thing. Like, this is crazy. That's somebody, here it is, over here. Look, it's just like all of this, like, these trees. You can't even get in there. And I was like, somebody lives in there. And I have, like, driven by here, like, I don't even know how many times in my life. Like, hundreds of times. Oh, I wonder how busy crumble cookies will be. It can't be that busy this early in the morning. This is gonna be so funny. I'm literally gonna pull into a parking space and stop the camera, and then I'm gonna like start it, and it's gonna be crumble cookie review. So you guys will know when you see this that you'll be like, oh my God, he like literally finished one and started another one. Video, that is. Oh, I had the camera all perfect and now it's all messed up. Okay. Or should I go and do nothing bundt cakes? I've done that already. It's a cute place though. Is there a line outside of crumble cookies? Don't tell me there's a line. Don't tell me there's a line. What are all these bumper stickers? Oh my Lord, they want the world to know how they feel about things. Okay. Where should I park? Crumble cookies. I'm just gonna park right in front. Because there is nobody here yet. Are they open? I think they are. Is the light bad here though if I do it here? I'm gonna make you guys go with me while I find a good light space. A good light space, a good light source. There's like not one person in Crumble Cookies. I mean, there's people working in there, but there's like not one guest. Be our guest, be our guest. Is that Beauty and the Beast? I've never seen that movie. Is the light still bad over here? What's going on with the light today? Should I face the other way, I wonder? Well, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Anyway, if nobody else, I'm getting off here now, did you realize that? Okay, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing, what is today? Well, you'll be watching this tonight, so this is Monday. Hope you're having a magically amazing Monday. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.